Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to wait for a few people to come in. Wake up, grab a coffee, whatever it is that you're looking to get. And then we will get going with showing you how to make this wonderful peacock stitch. I have decided until such time as I become a little bit more computer literate, because for some reason I could not find a good angle to zoom in on my hands, record it, and upload it. Until such time as I manage, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do live crochet stitch tutorials. Hope you'll enjoy them. And I'll just wait. Also, if you see me gone, it's because my doorbell rang and I had to go open the door. So, welcoming, 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 and waiting. Welcome and wait. Welcome and wait. Welcome and wait. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes and then I'm going to start. So, grab your favorite brew, grab your hook, grab your yarn, some stitch markers, pair of scissors, darning needle. Pattern is in the description box of this video if you wish to make my wrap, which is right there. So that is what is in the description box. I have released the pattern to make that in the description box. And yeah, so that's how we're going to do it for today. I certainly hope some people come in and join me. Hello, Joe. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Ingrid. I am so glad that you're here. I'm sorry I had it on the wrong tab. I should be looking at my comments. I thought nobody was here to join me. How is everybody today? Joe's been busy doing jib jabs again and busy going, go Rams, go. I've been watching. And Samantha, I'm glad to have you here. And Ingrid, thank you, darling, for coming in. I really appreciate it. If you give me just a couple more minutes, we're going to see if some other people want to come in before I get started and zoom in on my hands instead of this. No, 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 no more Bailey jib jabs. No more. No, I look ridiculous. Unless you want to put Peppy Longstocking. And with me in my Joe shirt, my Garden State Gardener shirt. And you can do a jib jab with Bailey in her Garden State Gardener shirt. There you go. All right. I did up already a little swatch using this particular yarn. Let me just get marked again. And this is called Meadow Stripes, and it is Bernat Super Value. I thought the colors were pretty, but the swatch that I did is only using 20 going across. Now this would make a really nice headband, maybe ear warmer, if you wanted to use a stitch and then stitch it in at the end using 20. But basically this is the stitch that I'm going to be teaching you how to do today. It is done in multiples of 10 plus 2 for the foundation chain. If you wish to make a foundation chain that is less flimsy to work with, I would recommend you do multiples of 10 plus 3 and do either a row of single crochets or do a row of half double crochets, depending on how you want your edging to be. And then we go into the actual pattern, and it does work out. It just gives you a chain that's not as flimsy to work with, because you will need to put 9 treble crochets into one stitch. So that is a bit of a challenge, and it is a little bit of a yarn eater. But when you consider what's involved, it's not that much of a yarn eat, and it really is quite pretty. So that's a little swatch, and I might just do up a set for my donation bins doing this with a headband. Anybody who is interested in finding the instructions on how to do the stitch, and if you own this book, and I know quite a few of you have this book, you will find it on page 57 of said book. And it gives you the diagram, and it gives you the dimensions. Now this is a 2-row repeat stitch once you've got your first and second rows done. Ingrid, if you want to make a wrap using thinner yarn, it doesn't make a difference. You can do that. The multiples stay the same. You can use a thinner yarn, use the crochet hook required to use that yarn, and have at it. The important part of this entire stitch is the multiples at the beginning, and I highly recommend that you use stitch markers, because you will have a hard time finding those single crochets at the end of each row. And then when you're doing your chain up, you're going to want to mark the third chain, so that that's the chain that you go into when you're coming back the other way. So once again, page 57 in this book, anybody who has it, you will find the stitch definition in there. Please ignore all the post-its. These are all different stitches that I have been doing, and share, want to share with everybody. Okay, for today's tutorial, I am going, good morning, Lisa Ladybird, welcome in. Yes, I'm computer illiterate, it seems, so I'm going to do it live. For today's tutorial, I am going to use Impeccable Worsted 4. Recommended crochet hook size is a 5, and this is in the color white because I thought it would probably show up better. So that is what I'm going to use. Once again, make sure you have some stitch markers, a darning needle for sewing in your ends for the end of the project, a pair of scissors, and of course the hook size that you need to match your yarn weight. Shall we begin? Did I answer your question, Ingrid? Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for somebody to show up at my door too, and I'm like, watch, while I'm right in the middle of stuff, that's when my doorbell's going to ring. It's going to be hilarious. So let me see if I can zoom in. I'm going to wait for Miss Ingrid to come back. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see if I can. I'm trying to get it. I'm telling you, my camera. All right, please ignore body. It's like ignore body. Now, I don't know if any of you, like, I do my slip knots. They're like, I wrap it around my finger and cross it over, bring it up. Oh, bye. Here we go. Bring it up. And then I grab that with my other hand, and voila, that's my slip knot. So, of course, that's how you're going to start your project. Like I said, in the description box is Hi Silver, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. Glad to have you. Welcome in. I don't know what happened there. Bailey just messed up her own slip knot. Yeah, okay, there we go. I wanted that a little bit looser. What I am going to do, selling brooms. Did you buy a brooming good? All right, don't ignore the top part here, and let's just zoom in on my fingers. Does everybody have their crochet hook? What we're going to do is, like the first one that I showed you, I only used 20 plus 2. I am going to show you what I did for the bottom of my wrap so that the chain that you're working with is not as flimsy. So I'm going to chain up, and it's again multiples of 10 to do a chain. I'm pretty sure most of you know how. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do a total of 30. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So I'm doing a chain of 30 to show you how to do it because it's going to be a little bit larger. Now, for me to have an easier chain to work with, I'm going to chain up 3 instead of 2. And it just gives it a much firmer base to start. Now you're going to go into the second chain from your hook. You can do half doubles, you can do singles. I'm going to do a half double row, and at the end I should still have 22. Now what you want to do is you want to mark your very first stitch so that you do not lose it when you get back to it at the end. Okay, I have said before, I don't care if you're a beginner or a professional, stitch markers are an amazing tool in assisting so that you do not lose your count or your stitches. And what you're going to do is you're just going to do a row of half doubles to start with, and then we will get into the stitch. Okay, so to do a half double, you yarn over, you go into your stitch, you pull through, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 stitches at the same time. Again, yarn over, go through, pull up, yarn over, go through 3 stitches. That is a half double crochet. Let us do that all the way to the end. And when you are finished doing it, you should have a total of 32 half double crochets, which is what you're going to need. For me, I find half doubles are a little bit firmer to work with on your chain when you're doing your stitches. So I will give everybody a chance to complete that row of half doubles. And then once you are through with it, we will continue on with what we're going to do. So I am just going along here, crocheting along until I get to the very last stitch, placing a half double into that stitch. And you'll see why I'm doing this when we start on the Peacock. Like I said, it gives it a firmer, less flimsier base to work with when you're doing it, and it's also a really nice finish to, whoops, I just lost my stitch. There we go. See? There we go. See, I did the same thing as you all do. Alrighty, we are getting towards the end. Getting there. Just a few more to go. One. It's hot in here, guys. Any questions so far? So we are doing multiples of 10. And if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it right now so that you have a foundation row that's less flimsy, 3 additional ones, do your stitch into the second one, and then you will have at the end of that 32 half doubles, 32 singles, whatever. Not a problem, Tank. Welcome in. Thank you. I hope you feel better. I really do. You can catch the replay and learn how to do the stitch. I think it's an amazing idea. Now at the end of that, I'm just going to crochet up 1. Is everybody there yet? Has everybody finished their crochet chain? Let me just get some yarn here. It's very difficult in here for me to work. This is not the best working room. So what you're going to do, and that chain 1 does not count. All right. So you're going to go into your first stitch and do a single crochet. Good morning, Joy. Welcome in. Take your stitch marker and please mark that stitch. Then you are going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th chain. You are going to place 9 treble crochets. So Joy and anybody coming in now, the multiples are 10. I did a multiple of 10 plus 3. I half double crocheted into the second chain all the way through, chained up 1, came around and placed 1 single crochet into the very first. I'm glad you made it in, Joy. All right. So chain 1, single crochet in the very first stitch and mark it. And you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th chain. You are going to place 9 treble crochets. To do a treble crochet, you yarn over 2 times. Where am I? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. You go into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's 1. You're going to do this 8 more times in the exact same stitch. Yarn over, go through, go yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That's 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. 6. 7. 8. And once again, to do the treble, it's yarn over 2 times on your hook, go into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So this is how that looks right now. Hi Samantha, welcome back. Now what you're going to do is you're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 5th chain, you are going to place a single crochet. Just like that. Then again, you're going to repeat the exact same thing. You're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the 5th chain, you're going to place 9 treble crochets. Again, to do a treble, it's yarn over 2 times, go into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. You will place 9 in that same stitch. That's 1. Let's do it together. That's 2. That's 3. This is 4. This is 5. 6. 7. 8. And the final one, 9. So now your work should be looking like this. Again, you are going to skip 4. Make sure you don't miss the one beside where you just did all your trebles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 5th one, you will do a single crochet. We're coming down to the last one. Again, you're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that 5th chain. You are going to do 9 treble crochets. And trebles are not that difficult to do. And if you keep your tension right, you won't have huge loops between where you did your single and there. The idea is to kind of pinch it together so that you don't have that. So if you actually pinch your stitches as you're doing it, like that, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, whoops, your chains, your treble stitches come out really, really nice. So that's 4. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. Undo some yarn. You should have 5 remaining stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why I told you to mark off that one there. Into that one, that last one, you will place a single crochet. And that, whoops, try getting the stitch marker out of your mouth. And that is what your first row should look like. Let's see if we can get this proper here. This is a 2-row repeat. So now what you are going to do is you're going to chain up 4, 2, 3. And what I do is I mark my third one with my stitch marker. Whoops. Get in there. 3 and 4, and you're going to turn your work around. Now the chain 4 counts as your first treble crochet. What you are going to do is you're going to yarn over twice, and in the exact same spot you are going to place another treble crochet, just like that. Oh. Then you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And when you get to the top of the 5th, so you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 into the top of the 5th treble crochet from the row below, you are going to place a single crochet. Then you are going to chain 3 into that single crochet from the previous row. You are going to place 2 trebles. 1 and 2. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and into the top of the 5th. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 into the top of that 5th treble from the before. You place a single crochet. Chain 3, and these are your repeat rows that you're going to be doing. In your single crochet at the bottom there, you're going to place 2 trebles. So that's yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So again, you're going to do 2 treble crochets in that single crochet from the previous row. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the top of the 5th. Whoops, sorry, chain 3. Sorry, chain 3 into the top. I was getting ahead of myself there, guys. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the top of the 5th. A single crochet, chain 3. And what you're going to do is in that single crochet from the previous row that you marked off before, you are going to place 2 treble crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And this is how your work should look after your chains. Now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the other row. So you chain 1 and turn your work. This is your repeat now. This is 2 rows that you are going to complete. So you're going to do a row of these and then a row of these. But this is where it alters just slightly. You chain up 1. And instead of going into the first crochet, you're going to go in between that V. And you're going to draw up and place a single crochet. Mark your stitch. Once you get to the top, which is where you placed your single crochet, in the 9 trebles below, you will place again in there 9 treble crochets. There's no chaining here, it's just chain 1, single crochet in the middle of the 2 there, go directly over by chaining into that stitch above the other one and place your 9 treble crochets. You will repeat this all the way to the end, placing 1 single crochet into the last stitch. How many do I got going on here? 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Once again, you get to that little V that you created before. You are going to place a single crochet, not in the chains above it, but through the middle. So you go through the middle and you make 1 single crochet. Then you're going to get to the next one, and that's going to be where you do your 9 trebles again, which is the top of where you place that first single. Then you are going to do a single in between that V, your 9 there, and then you will place a single crochet into the top of where you put your stitch marker. The 2 strips, these are your repeat rows. So from now on, this is how you're going to start and end each row. So now we are into the 9 treble row. So you do your 9 trebles, 1. If I could fast forward, I would, but I can't. So we're just going to do this together, guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 more. And 9. This is how it should be looking so far, guys. And you will see, when I say that you should end your pattern with your chain row, there is a reason for that. Otherwise, you will have that as your finishing. And if you prefer to have a flatter edge, it's best to end on the chain row. And then it's also easier when you're ending on the chain row to create the final row of half double crochets to finish it so that it matches your bottom. So we got 1 more to go. So in between here, we do again a single crochet in between, 1 single, whoops, getting in there and coming through. Skip on over to your single crochet above the last one. I'm trying to get it so that it's not so. And do your 9 trebles. Again, yarn over 2 times, go into your loop, draw up a loop, go into your chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. You will place a 9 in that last single crochet. And remember, you're doing trebles, not doubles, because I have done that. And remember, you need to put 9, because otherwise this will not work. So always make sure you're counting 9 trebles into that stitch. How many do I got going on here? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more. 4, 5, 7. Ah, come back here. My yarn wants to disappear. Oof. Step, come on. 8. And 9. Let me just make sure I've got 9 and I didn't put 10, because sometimes I've done that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. All right. Now what you're going to do, and you're going to see why I'm telling you, mark your stitches into where you placed your stitch marker, which is the top of the, which is the 3rd chain of the chain 4. You will place a single crochet. Just like that. Now we're going to repeat again. Now you're going to do chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and I mark my 3rd. So that's where I crochet at the end. Get in there. Come on. 3 and 4. Turn your work around and place 1 more treble crochet in the very first stitch. 1, 2, there you go. You're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3 into the 5th. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are going to place a single crochet, chain 3 into the single crochet right there, 2 trebles. This is your repeat for this row. It's 1 and 2, chain 3, into the top of the 5th, and it's normally very easy to find, right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's your 5th. I mean, it kind of sticks up there. You put your single crochet, chain 3, and into the single crochet right beside where you did those, you're going to place your 2 treble crochets. 1 and 2, chain 3 into the top of your 5th, a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the next 4, 2, 3, 4, and into the very last one, and you've marked it so you can't miss it. You place your single crochet. So these are your 2 repeat rows from here on in. We'll repeat the chain row one more time, and then we will call it quits. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mark your third stitch. Turn your work around and place one more treble crochet into that stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. In between the V, the stitch here, you place one single crochet, chain 3, into the top here again. What am I doing wrong? I just did something wrong, didn't I? No. I just lost myself, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. You get the picture, right? All right, I got to figure out what I just did. 1, 2, 3. Right. I already did my chain row. I messed that up, guys. I apologize. 1, 2, 3. This is where you go into the top. I am sorry. One single crochet. I messed that up. I apologize. You're repeating the third and fourth row of each one. So we did that. And this is where chain up 1, go around and single crochet into the first one and mark that off. And then you can go into the top of your, and so on and so forth. So, any questions? Hi, 2OGs, hooking and stitching island style. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Joy, for encouraging me. Did everybody catch what I just finished doing? Because now I've messed myself up. Because, of course, I'm trying to show everybody how to do this. Is there any questions? I do know that in the description box is the description of how you do the stitch and how you do it. I also gave the stitch count for the wrap that I made, which is this one here. So I had done 70 for my width and added 3, did a half row double crochet row, and then I started my stitch because that way it gave you a firmer bottom to use. Good morning, Spring. Welcome in. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions with regards to how to do this stitch? Because now I have to go back and think about what I just did here and how I messed this up. How did I mess up my own tutorial? I can't believe it. I've done this like 20 million times. Thank you very much, Ingrid. I hope everybody got the idea on how to do it. Like I said, once again, it is on page 57 of that crochet handbook of 200 stitches. If you own this book, you will find how to do that stitch in this book on page 57. This is how I have done it. The only difference is instead of doing the actual peacock stitch along the chain, I secured the chain with to make it less flimsy to work with, because doing 9 trebles when you're going along the chain can actually, you know, and really pull it and kind of pull it off balance. So that's how I did mine. Everything is in. I did not take the measurements of my actual wrap. I did, however, chart how many rows, and I put that in here too, because I'm just a genius that way, guys. I know I did a total of 57 peacock rows is what I did. The chain was multiples of 10 plus 2, but I did 10 plus 3 because I wanted to come across and still have the 72, so you could single crochet into that first stitch and start your peacocks. My border consisted of 250 half double, no, I did single crochets along the entire ridge of it, is how I started it. Then I did a row of half doubles. Then I did a V-stitch on the very bottom. Then I did 2 rows of picot where I did 2 double crochets. On the 3rd double crochet, I chained 3, picot, and did 2 more double crochets. And then I turned it around and I did the exact same thing. So all of that is in my description box. And I hope it was helpful and I was able to teach you something. And hopefully next time I will not be as nervous doing this again. And if you have any questions, my email is in the description box along with everything else. I'm going to get rid of this banner. That's okay. Sarah's chasing husband around. Why are you chasing him around? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Ingrid. I really I appreciate that. And I hope that I was able to teach you how to do that stitch properly. I hope the lighting was okay. I hope I explained it properly. Like I said, don't hesitate. Please send me an email if you have any questions. If you have the book, check it out. And yes, Lisa Ladybird, you can borrow me for 5 minutes. Let's see. Nope. I will put this in my chat for you. So that you can come up for a minute. And we can use this at the end of the stream. Is there any questions, anybody? I really apologize. I am trying to do, I'm trying to do something. I might stick to just doing it like a live stitch along crochet tutorial, as opposed to doing it where you're zoomed in on my hands, until I can get comfortable and find a location where I can actually zoom in and show it and upload it, which I'm hoping is not going to take long, because tomorrow I'm going to be going to my brother, and he's gonna help me set up my new laptop. So hopefully I'll be able to come up with much better content coming from there. Thank you, Ingrid, so much for that. I appreciate it. Like, you're such a sweetheart. My gosh, I love you. Joy got me to snort. What did Joy say? Joy, 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 Joy. Are you being Joy, 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 and somebody's down in my heart? I hope I taught you how to do it right, everybody. Like I said, please email me if you have any questions. If you make my wrap, please send me a picture. I would really love to see your work. Please don't forget, hit the thumbs up, and maybe even subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I appreciate it. Joy, stop chasing your husband around, and feel free to come back to this video and watch what it was that I was doing, so that way you can create this stitch, make my wrap if you want, or whatever it is that you wish to use. In my sample, I used a total of 3. I might just end up making a nice scarf to go into my donation bin with that, with a headband. Very possible. I might just continue instead of frogging that. So until then, everybody, I wish you an amazing day, and God bless. God bless, God bless, God bless. I know, it's like every time I see Joy's name, I want to sing that song. So Sarah, you know, it's like, I don't know why, but it brings joy to my heart when I see Joy. Until then, everybody, I wish you a great day, and we will see you in the YouTube streets again. Remember, do all things with kindness. Thank you, Tank. I appreciate that. I try to make it as clear as possible. I also tried to make some of the stitches as clear as I possibly could. I get a little nervous when I do this. It's a fear that I have that I am battling, and I usually, I'm trying. I am really, really, really trying. I promised you all that I was going to release this pattern and show you, so there you go. 3 dog nights, huh? I love you too, Tank. Until then, everybody, I will see you in the YouTube streets. Stay blessed and have a great day, and do all things with kindness. Bye for now.